All right. So welcome to the Continental Group. This is our second episode in the series. We started with digital asset, crypto, and forex trading. That was 2 weeks ago. This time we're going to export guide for Nigerian agriculture. 2 weeks time, we're going to have somebody talk to us about real estate. The idea behind the Continental Group is we have people in Canada, United States, and Africa, and Europe that want to synergize and do business together. So this is like a Continental Group is like a warehouse for people of like minds that have brilliant ideas that want to foster business relationship vis-a-vis the Afrexim, US Exim Bank, bilateral trade. We just want to, I won't want to use the word exploit, but want to be a beneficiary of the trading opportunities that exist between all the major continents of the world. So today we have a fantastic guy with us. His name is Bamidele Ayemibo. Bamidele Ayemibo is a land consultant. He's a lead consultant at 3T Impact Trade Academy. So he's the export king, as he's fondly called. That's his nickname, export king. He's a trade consultant with numerous trade certifications. He's the first certified specialist in demand guarantee in Nigeria. So that tells you he's a man for the job. And he's among the first 10 in Africa currently. So he holds a master's in international business with law from Salford University in Manchester, United Kingdom. He holds a PhD in international business and marketing with LIGS University in Hawaii, United States, of first export diploma program and 6th trade professional Institute of Extended Studies. He is a member of the International Chambers of Commerce, that's the ICG, the working group on trade digitalization and blockchain in the whole world, as part of the ICC Commission on Custom and Trade Facilitation. He is a facilitator at the Lagos Business School, a member of the Board of Trustees and Executive Council of the Network of Non-Oil Exporter of Nigeria, which agriculture, the Lagos Chambers of Commerce and Industry. He is also an online TV host of the Foremost Trade program.
I can't hear you. I hope it's not from my end. Can anybody hear him? Hello?
Just to name a few. So clearly, he's versatile at what he does. He's an erudite scholar. He's internationally accomplished. So Bamidele Ayemibo, welcome to the Continental Group. And let's give him a round of applause with emojis, with rather by our voice. Bamidele, welcome to the Continental Group. We look forward to what we're doing today. So the lecture will be for 1 hour, 30 minutes. And after that 1 hour, 30 minutes, I'll be your timekeeper. After that 1 hour, 30 minutes, we have 30 minutes of question and answer. So total time will be 2 hours. Now, after 2 hours, if you have anything to do, you're free to log out, but we'll still be having some form of interactive session with Bamidele Ayemibo. So Bamidele, welcome to Continental Group.
Thank you very much. And good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I must commend what you're trying to do. I feel this is extremely important for Nigeria and for Africa, for us to be able to synergize in such a manner that we'll be able to really...
I'm here, smart boy.
I don't know if you can just mute our mic if you're not speaking, please. I was talking about the fact that this is extremely important for Africa because of if we're able to work together and synergize sincerely, it's going to really going to make a lot of difference in what we're going to be able to achieve. I have about 7 things to talk about. I have a preamble. I'll talk about potentials of export, agri-export from Africa to US and Canada, to Europe also for those of us that are in Europe. I'll talk about some of the product and I will show some data, particularly for US and Canada. I'll talk about the process of exporting and then the purchasers. We are already at an advantage. Sincerely, I have advocated that we are going to be able to build a successful and sustainable export business. It is extremely important to have a partner at destination. And I think that's the value that those of us that are in the diaspora are going to be adding. I'm hoping that we'll be able to probably catch the vision today. Someone said, remember the program on Inspiration FM? I'm able to catch the vision today on what I've advocated for many years, that look, if we can just have a very good synergy between Nigeria at home and Nigeria abroad, I'm sure we can do a lot of business together as far as international trade is concerned. Then I'll talk about some of the problems and how to fix it on individual level and how we can participate in the export business. So I will make a plea for a start. And here I'm talking about why I think Nigeria and diaspora should support export from Nigeria. Export benefit to individuals, to businesses, to the nation is so critical and important. It can make Nigeria avoid over-dependence on foreign aid. Nigeria has so much to offer as far as export is concerned. Majority of our exports are done in raw materials. Most of the things I'll be talking about today will be focusing more on value addition. But we've done a lot of raw materials. So despite how much export it appears that we are doing, the value Africa and Nigeria is getting is so small. Think about this. Africa, with a population of about 1.3 billion people, control about 2.5% of trade in the world. And we do a lot of export, but more of commodities, crude oil, agri-commodities, cocoa, cashew, ginger. But EU, with a population of about less than 500 million people with Brexit, they are doing 33% of trade in the world. The global trade is about $18 trillion. 30% of that is about 6 trillion. Africa is not even doing up to $500 billion. Nigeria in 2016 did 62.5 billion. Just next to South Africa that did about 90 billion. But the reason why is because we are doing a lot of commodities, not adding value. So we can actually avoid dependence on foreign aid because we can make a lot of money as a nation actually just from export, but value-added export. Boosting of the GDP of the nation, which, I mean, in calculation of GDP, you know, trade happens to be a component. Export also is capable of helping us to create opportunities for SME to grow. And I will talk about that later on, how Nigerians in diasporas can support business back at home by creating demand for these businesses, for these products rather. And the interesting thing about this is that it's something we can do by the side, such that at the end of the day, we can still have our job, but we also can still be able to have warehouse where we can distribute some of these products to different African shops in those countries, thereby creating opportunity for SME to grow at home. When you increase their demand, you definitely will force them to expand, and of course, in the cost, creating jobs. Decrease over dependence on domestic market. Decrease dependence on domestic market. So when there is a recession in domestic market, they can still export. They can look at market abroad rather than depend only on market at home. Export also help to earn export proceeds and grow revenue for the country. Currently, for those importing into Nigeria, it's not funny. You are surprised. You shouldn't be surprised that dollar in officially is about 415 or 418 or 19. Parallel market is 475, 76 or 580 because of scarcity of FX, because of inadequate export due to lack of productivity. Farming and rural life become more lucrative because then there'll be more demand for farm produce to be exported or to process. It can also help us to gain global market share and of course recognition because we are now being a major player. Export can make us to be home of creativity and innovation. And the reason is because When you begin to export, you see what the competitors are doing. You get more creative because you also want to beat the competition. It can make a country to become industrialized. I think it's an industrialization catalyst for the country. It also helps in job creation for young people. Africa has enormous youth population, enormous youth population. I do a seminar every Thursday by 5 p.m. on African Continental Free Trade Agreement. I've gone through 52 African countries, analyzing the market, and I discovered that an average African country have at least 40 to 50% of its population below 25 years. An average African country. Enormous youth that can help in growing the economy. But you know what? There are not enough jobs. But I think through export, we can create those jobs. No, it helps us to know the value of the product that we have as a nation, and of course, their competitive advantage. It can make Nigeria to lead the way for other African nations to follow. It makes Nigeria to be less dependent on support of government. And of course, interestingly, there are numerous incentives for exporters in Nigeria. In the law, in the Company Income Tax Act, in the Miscellaneous and Incentive Provision Act, there are enough benefits for exporters. For example, you don't pay company income tax as an exporter in Nigeria. You don't pay VAT on your export proceeds. You don't pay export duty. All in the bid to encourage export from the country. Export creates opportunity to maximize the value of Nigerians abroad. Nigerians abroad have enormous value they can create back at home. And export can make us to maximize the value of Nigeria in diaspora. It can eradicate poverty in the country. It might make us to quit the league of countries depending on wasting assets like oil. Exports can revive the economy of the country through increase and diversify export. It can slow down rural-urban migration because there will be increased business opportunity in the rural area because they need to produce for manufacturing and for export. There are tax-free opportunities for exporters in the country. Export can help us to utilize our idle capacity for our manufacturers. They are not able to even, they can't even maximize the capacity of their factory. Now we can utilize the idle capacity of those factories. A number of states in Nigeria are said to be non-viable. I serve in Jigawa State, and I know that state is viable if only the state can consider exporting its commodities or even adding value to those commodities. It can make Nigerian state become viable. It can create wealth for the citizen of the nation. Export can help us x-ray our potential and explore the export of goods produced in different states of the country, because every state in Nigeria has something to offer, both in manufactured goods, commodities, solid minerals. Of course, export can make us yearn for improvements because of competition. Today, and I'll show you some pictures, a number of Nigerian products are now well packaged. It's amazing. What led to it? ShopRite from South Africa came into Nigeria. They could not put our product on their shelf. They were importing product from South Africa. It made Nigerian businesses to be forced to improve on their processing and packaging. Today, you will see some product, you can't even believe this is a Nigerian product. You go to ShopRite, you go to Spar, you go to a number of these supermarkets, you see enormous. And these are products that have, of course, export quality. We can zero in on area of strength in the country based on demand in the export market and basically appealing to Nigeria in diaspora that there's so much value you can create and so much support you can make available to Nigeria by doing business with Nigeria by exporting. And we can assist in that regard. We have a lot of support service to make that happen. We have had people who have joined our program from UK, from US, and from Canada, who are thinking of exporting actually, and we have had to train and work with to be able to make it happen. So I'm basically saying that we have what it takes. You already give Nigerian at home an advantage, and I will tell you some of those advantages later on. It will just require some additional knowledge, additional learning, to now leverage on the vantage position you already have by being in the diaspora. To tell you how important this is, we're already planning to register a branch in the UK, actually, as a business, because we realize that, look, if we really and truly want to grow export, we must engage more with Nigerians in diaspora. But Nigerians in diaspora must see the opportunities also to be able to leverage on this. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to do justice to that before I finish today. Let me move on to the potential. The potential. Now, just looking at US economy, 2.38 trillion in import in 2019. Now, there are different items they're importing, but I've zeroed down on agri-related products, processed agro products. I've zeroed down on that and I'll show you. But US is 2.38 trillion. Amazing import opportunity. In fact, you know, I mean, considering the kind of purchasing power in the US, if you're not doing business in the US, really, that business really, I don't know how much you will be able to grow, because US is the largest importer in the world, followed by China, while China is the largest exporter, followed by US. Now, let's look at some of them. Look at US spent $7.16 billion to import rapeseed, pure olive oil, palm oil, coconut oil, stearic acid, other pure vegetable, margarine, bovine, that's sheep and goat, soybeans oil, oil seed, glycerol, bovine fat, fish oil. These are different oil products, $7.16 billion. Look at what US is spending to import coffee, $45.5 billion to import coffee, tropical fruits, other vegetables, tomatoes, grapes, banana, cut flowers, rice, cucumber, melon, onion, coconut, Brazil nut, cashew nut, vegetable sap, vegetable, frozen vegetable, citrus, wheat, cabbage, perfume plant, lettuce, corn, oat, dry legumes, pepper, sowing seed, tea, vanilla, malt, dry vegetable, apple and pears, soybeans, bulb, root, foliage. All these $45.5 billion that US alone is using to import this product. These are agri products, and Nigeria can produce quite a number of them. How about liquor? Before we move to Canada, hard liquor. $72 billion to import hard liquor, baked goods, wine, beer, processed fish, animal food, raw sugar, processed crustacean, raw tobacco, pasta, sauce and seasoning, flavor water, fruit juice, cocoa beans, malt extract, prepared cereal, water, cocoa butter, jam, soya beans, cocoa paste, $72 billion. $72 billion. Let's move to Canada. Canada import in 2019, $443 billion. $443 billion. Different item. Let's narrow down on some of their Greek products that Nigeria is capable of exporting, that Canada is importing. So we can see the potential opportunity available. There are opportunities. And we are already in this country to be able to take advantage of this market and be able to sell this product. Like I said when we started, a sustainable export business, and I will talk about, my PhD research was actually on export readiness, and I used Nigeria as a case study. And I found out some factor for export readiness I'll talk about. One of those factor readiness is partners abroad. Partners abroad, businesses. I used to be a banker. I was in Diamond Bank before. I left Diamond Bank in 2010, before Diamond Bank joined, Diamond Bank was merged with Access Bank. But in 2010, I was in Diamond Bank till 2010, and when I process trade transaction for big exporter in Nigeria, I will see ABC Nigeria, ABC US, ABC Nigeria, ABC UK, ABC Nigeria, ABC Singapore. The businesses have representative abroad, branches abroad. Having a rep abroad is a sustainable model for growing export business. And that's why I said, in my opinion, as many Nigerians that are in diaspora, they are humongous assets. Humongous assets to growing trade back at home. Humongous. All we need to do is just to be able to see this opportunity and then take advantage of this opportunity. But while you are taking advantage of opportunity and making money, be rest assured you are going to be creating a lot of job back at home. They're going to be helping the SME with more market. They're going to be, it's a lot of work when you're starting, so much to learn, so much legwork also in being able to establish abroad. But the truth is, immediately you go past that, the opportunities are numerous. Let's look at Canada. $20.1 billion was used by Canadian people to import wine, to import baked goods, edible preparation, animal food, chocolate, processed fruit and nut, flavor water. Let me show you example of that processed fruit and nut produced in Nigeria. I take this regularly. I'm sure some of us will have seen this in the US. This is produced in Nigeria. It's produced somewhere in Lagos mainland. Real fruit, processed fruit and nut, processed fruit and nut, flavor water, hard liquor, fruit juice, sauce and seasoning, malt extract, alcohol, fruit juice, pasta, raw sugar, soya beans meal, soup and broth, coconut, cocoa beans, cocoa butter, beer, raw tobacco, processed fish, confectionaries, sausages, coffee extract, jam, water, $20.1 billion. Let's look at other products. 12.4 to import coffee, other fruits, tropical fruits, citrus, nuts, corn, banana, lettuce, rice, grape, cabbage, tomato, apple, fruit, onion, soya beans, dry legume, rapeseed, groundnut, cut flowers, perfume plant, potatoes, dry vegetables, root vegetables, tea, frozen vegetables, onion, $12.4 billion. Then let's look at this. Oil product, pure olive oil, fish oil, margarine, coconut oil, palm oil, stearic acid, seed oil, soya beans oil, glycerol, rapeseed, bovine, sheep and goat fat, groundnut oil, inedible fat oil, coconut oil, $1.1 billion. Now, having looked at the potential, let me just show some of the products, some of agri products, just a few. I'm trying to see if I can get some more. I'm going to take some at home, just a few that so sorry, network issues. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
I'm sorry about that. Okay. Products. So I was talking about different products that we are, some pictures of some products that are produced in Nigeria with export value, among others that we can consider afterwards. But before then, it's interesting to know that 70% of Nigerian farmers are said to be peasant. Food and Agriculture Organization put post-harvest losses at about 30–50%. Less than 45% of our arable land is under cultivation. All these are supposed to be shortcomings. But despite these shortcomings, Nigeria is still ranked among the top producer of most agri commodities in the world. Look at them. Cassava, Nigeria is the largest producer, but Thailand is the largest exporter. Yam, Nigeria is the largest producer, but Ghana exports more than Nigeria. Maize, 14th largest producer. Rice, number 12. Palm oil, number 4th. Vegetable, number 4. Sorghum, 2nd. tomato 11th, peanut 4th, pineapple 8th, millet 5th, mango 11th, pawpaw 6th, soybeans 14th, ginger 3rd, cocoa 4th, rubber 13th, cashew nut 12th. For most agro or processed, most commodities in the world, Nigeria is among the top 20. Top 20. For me, that's instructive. That's instructive. It's instructive because it tells us actually what is possible. It tells us actually what is possible and what Nigeria is capable of doing in spite of the shortcomings. And these are some of those commodities and their harvest season. We are currently in January/February, and this is the time for ginger, sesame seed, hibiscus, gum arabic, cashew nut, cocoa, rubber, coffee. And towards the end of the year, you see again. So most commodities are harvested towards the end of the year till the beginning of the year, from last quarter to about first and second quarter of the next year. Here are some of those products I talked about. You can see this now. This is a Nigerian product, Modara. Modara is a Nigerian product. Cream, produced in Nigeria with export value, enormous export value. Still in Modara product. Now, you see this pap on the left. I export this pap to UK, and I've been doing it for the last, I've done at least 30 shipments to UK in the last, since 2016. 30 shipments to the UK since 2016. This pap, it has white, it has yellow, it has brown. You can distribute this product in the UK, sorry, in the US or in Canada, another part of the world. And you can see the cream there also. Here is another one, beans flour, yellow pap, and of course, other pap. Shea butter, natural soap, another shea butter product. This is tea. This tea currently, the producer is already planning, sign an agreement with someone to ship it to the UK. And you can distribute this product in Canada, in the US. Do you know the interesting thing about this tea? They are all herbal teas. From moringa, I have one here, let me show you. From moringa to ginger to, can you see? See the one I have here? This one is a moringa herbal tea. This is the one I take at home, moringa herbal tea. So from moringa to hibiscus and ginger and turmeric, moringa and hibiscus. The interesting thing about this product is, if you want it to be produced for you in your brand, some of these companies are willing to do that. Let me give you an example. You can see, can you see this? The lady producing this pap that you can see on the screen is the owner of the factory. That's the one I export. But she's the one producing for this lady. You see this other lady? Adarex. This is Tasty Pot. Tasty Pot is the producer, but it's producing for Adarex in Adarex name. So Adarex does not have a factory. Adarex is one of our students. He's one of our students. He did our diploma in export business management from American Institute of Extended Studies. And then we work with him to be able to develop a product that is now selling. So you don't need to have a factory. So you can get these people to produce for you in your brand. That means you can get, you don't have to sell their brand if you so desire. Of course, that will involve additional cost of branding, but that's what, if that's what you want. But you can choose to have an agreement to distribute this product for them in the country or locality where you reside. Here are peanuts. Peanuts. Now, this is pepper. This pepper does not have preservative and it can last for 2 years. The pepper, it has the hot one and the mild. It's pepper mix. Just open. This lady is in Ibadan or your state. Just open and then you can begin to use it. So many products that we can consider for export. I have quite a number of pictures, but time will not permit me. I want to go into the other part of the conversation that I think is very important. Now, processes. How do we go about it? Now, there are different options available to you. You can choose to register a business in Nigeria. You can choose not to register a business in Nigeria. If you choose not to register a business, that means you have to work with a partner in Nigeria who will be the exporter. And that will not be a challenge. We can arrange that for you. Who will be the exporter? But you can also choose to be the exporter. And if you are the exporter, we can help you in the shipment. But it will be in your company name. And when you ship, the regulations say you must pay back, even though you are there. But if you register a business, you must pay the money back into the business account, even though if you want to move it for other purpose in the UK or in the US or in Canada, that's fine. But you must. But if you don't have a business register here, then you have to engage an exporter who will ship to you. You now distribute the product. There are different models and options you can adopt. So you can be direct exporter, indirect exporter. But what is important is this. Being able to major challenge at destination. Number one, getting buyers, getting purchasers. Number two, following up on payment. Those two issues, diasporan can solve it easily. Because you're in an environment where the law works. So even if someone is trying to misbehave, you can enforce contract. But more importantly, you're on ground. And the chance that someone will do that is even slim in the first place. But being on ground then gives options to be able to sell to different people. So, number one, preparation. Preparation involves getting ready for export. That means, and I will talk about the readiness later on, preparation is about getting ready for export. Having the product with the right pricing, with the right labeling, with the right certification, with the right regulation, having all that in place at the level of preparation. Having the right partners to work with. Having the purchasers to work with. Having the competence. Then promotion. The promotion. Now, this is where you come in as diasporan to be able to promote this with distributors who will be interested to take on this product. Do you know the interesting thing about some of these things? For you to get involved, you might need to do a trial shipment to yourself so you can have like maybe about 5-10 boxes of this item to be able to now do the marketing itself to the distributors that you would like to work with over there. You might want to have your own warehouse from which distributor can come and pick it up. Different option and model available to you. But you need to do a lot of promotion among the Nigerian communities, among the African communities, among the targeted nationals and race and individuals or people that you want to market, depending on the nature of the product. Then, upon promotion, sign of purchase order, agreement. Sign of purchase order, agreement. You as the diaspora, we have to sign an agreement with the end buyer before you are signing an agreement with whoever is supplying you in Nigeria. If you already have a business registered in Nigeria, then we can handle the logistic and shipment on your behalf in Nigeria, in your company name, actually. And you can have a rep on ground to work with us here in Nigeria. Purchase order. Now, from the purchase order, procurement. Now the procurement is done, you can procure or produce. Now, I'm not recommending you produce. I'm recommending you procure. Even if you have the mind of setting up a factory, why don't you test run by doing contract manufacturing? Through contract manufacturing, you have an understanding of the possibilities. You have an understanding of the possibility. You have an understanding of the qualities. You have an understanding of the sales potential. And based on your understanding of the possibilities of the sales potential, you can say, look, it's now time for me to set up my own factory. I don't want to contract production again. I want to directly create those jobs. Brilliant. But I think you can procure first in contract manufacturing arrangement before you begin to sell. Then, of course, packaging and labeling. Someone produce for you. It can package and label in your brand, and it can package and label in his brand. But if you are doing it in his brand, then there's a need for firm agreement so that you will own that territory for that product, so that someone else will not be calling the lady. Like, for example, I have an agreement with the PAP lady for UK. So when anybody contact her from the UK, she will send the number of my distributor in the UK to her. She will send the number of my distributor in the UK to her. So if you have that kind of arrangement, if anybody contact them because their number is on it, on the packaging material, and you can do it in a way that your number also can be on the packaging material. Just put a sticker on it with your number in Canada, in the US, or whatever it is. That way, you can be able to also get people to call you directly. But packaging and labeling, it can be white label, in which you now rebrand for yourself in contract manufacturing arrangement, or they do it for you. Then pre-export documentations, we will handle all that for you. We will handle all that. We have a logistics and export clearing department that handle that already. So we handle that. So you don't need to worry about all that. I will just tell you the requirement. A limited liability company, an export certificate, the product should be NAFDAC approved if it's value-added manufactured goods, and then we are good to go. All of the certification. Now, if there is a need for registration over there, when sample is sent to you, you can register in the US, you can register with FDA. It's easy to register with FDA when you are resident because they need address of both the production location in Nigeria and the place and a location in the US. So you can do those registration for them if it's required at the destination. Pre-export documentation, I will show you shortly something on that. Then port clearance. We will do the port clearance, and then post-export documentation, because you will need those post-export documentation to clear the goods wherever it is the good is going to. So we will dispatch those post-export documentation to you, and then you can clear the goods on the other side and then sell. Presentation of document. When you receive document, you can present the document to the respective bank and for payment to be effected. Now, so from preparation to promotion to purchase orders to procurement of production to packaging and labeling to pre-export document to port clearance to port post-export document to presentation of document and payment. All these are the summary of the process. Like I said, preparation, promotion, purchase order, procurement, packaging and labeling are what you have to decide on. Pre-export document, port clearance, post-export document, we will assist with that through our logistics and export department and export clearance department. And then, of course, we send document to you for you to be able to effect payment to whoever it is that is sending the goods to you. And if you are sending it to yourself, you still have to pay yourself. Even like I said, if you have to move the money back to you, but you have to pay yourself. And the reason is simple. You need to be able to show what has left Nigeria. There is a value coming back to the country. Here are the pre-export, NXP. NXP is Nigerian Export Proceed Form. It's an online form that you fill and attach a pro forma invoice, attach an export license from the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. You also need to be a limited liability company with export as one of the objectives. You also pay a NES fee, Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme. It's a fee and it's 0.5% of the value of the goods, 0.5%. Then certificate of origin that can be obtained locally. These are pre-export documentation that we're going to do for you. Then exchange control. SGD single good declaration is from the customs. CCI, certificate of clean certificate of inspection is from the export, the pre-export inspection agent nominated by the government. For you to be able to clear the good at destination, you need the post-export document. The post-export document is actually for you to be able to clear the good at destination. Shipping document, like bill of lading if it's going by sea, airway bill if it's going by air. Then, of course, the invoice, the packing list, and any other document that is required. This post-export document will be prepared in Nigeria and dispatched to you wherever it is you are, and then you work with a custom broker in the country where you are shipping to be able to clear the goods. You work with custom broker, or what they call in some other Nigeria, they call them clearing agents, but in US, they call them custom brokers. These are agents of customs that will clear the goods on your behalf and deliver to you wherever it is you want the good to be delivered in the country where you reside. You cannot export maize from Nigeria. You cannot export timbers from Nigeria. You cannot export rawhide and skin from Nigeria. You cannot export scrap metals from Nigeria. You cannot export unprocessed rubber loss and rubber latex. You cannot export artifacts and antiquities. You cannot export wildlife, animals classified as endangered species from Nigeria. You cannot export crocodile, elephant, lizard, animals like lion, zebra from Nigeria. And all imported goods are not allowed for export. These are items prohibited for export in Nigeria. These are items prohibited for export in Nigeria. Now, to be ready for export, there are signs that show that business is not ready for export. Incessant delay in shipment is a sign of lack of export readiness. So this is where services that we render comes in. As a starter, even though you have learned, you've gone to the training. However, to be able to start, sometimes you need some hand-holding to be able to minimize the delays. Delays in export transaction, continuous delay is a sign of lack of export readiness. Demurrage, which is the fee paid for the usage of container beyond the free period, while the container is in the custody of the shipping line, is a sign of lack of export readiness. Discrepancies in documentation presented is a sign of lack of export readiness. Debt, losses, continual, not occasional losses because of maybe COVID, losses every time is a sign of lack of export readiness. Dropout. Some people start, they are not able to continue, is a sign of lack of export readiness. Debt of knowledge is a sign of lack of export readiness. Defectiveness of damaged good is a sign of lack of export readiness. Now, how then do you get ready for export? The promoter of the business must be ready. That means there must be commitment. There must be commitment. The promoter must be ready. The product must be ready in terms of quality, certification, packaging, labeling. The pricing must be right. You must also have predisposition towards international trade and export. You must have a strong purpose. You know, the goal of a business is to make profit. The purpose of a business is to create value. As long as a business creates value, the business will achieve inevitably. The business will inevitably achieve its purpose, sorry, its goal, if it's creating value, which is the purpose of the business. So why are you doing it? Like I said, when I started, I made a plea. I made a plea that we need Nigerians in diaspora to make export successful. So I'm literally pleading that you should consider export, because we need you guys to make this successful. We need you guys to make it successful. Then capacity, promotion. Capacity for promotion is needed. Proficiency to manage the business is a sign of readiness. Production capacity is a sign of readiness. Being able to obtain payment or fund payment of local supplier is a sign of readiness. The product must be well positioned. The business must be well positioned in the local market. And that's very important. You know, there is a lady that sells bags, bespoke bags. Her brand is Femi Bags. She was talking at EDC in LBS some time ago about how she started exporting, that she will be in the tube in the UK on a trip, and one of the people there, a lady, will see her bag and say, look, I like your bag, where did you get it from? And she will tell her, I made it. You need one? And it's striking deal right there and then right inside the trade. The idea basically is that if people abroad are already demanding for your product, like the lady I ship her pap to the UK, they are calling her for more, and she's directing them to the distributor. When people, Nigerians, come home, buy product in ShopRite, take it abroad, and they are calling you at home for more, it's a sign of readiness. The product is well positioned in the export market. The country, the people, who are the people we are targeting at their demand in the export market. That's why I showed you the data before. So you can see that, look, there are demand for this thing already in billions of dollars in the country where you reside. So the question, who are the people buying? Who are the people buying? Who are the people buying this product? The people. Then the paperwork. What are the documentation required? So you need to work with custom broker in your country to be able to know what documentation do I need to bring so and so product into the country. Then the potential. The potential. What is the volume of demand for this product in this country? Now, remember when I started, I talked about partnership. The only reason why I've been able to export successfully for the last, to UK, I've done to China, I've done to Dubai, I've done to US and Canada also, but to the UK, I've been more consistent. Why? Because of partner who distribute our destination. It's a Nigerian also, residing in the UK, and it's a partner who distribute our destination. We've had fantastic relationship in the last 2016. When I met him, I went to the UK and we had a conversation. And since then, it's been an interesting relationship. But where I'm going is that partnership is a critical success factor. Guess what? You guys are already solving that problem by becoming partners of exporters in Nigeria who want to do business with you. Having a representative at destination, and I will show you different options of that representative shortly. But having that representative is a very critical success partner, because through that partners, you can get purchasers, which is another important companion at destination. Through that partner, you can get purchasers, which is an important. Now, this chart is actually the finding of my PhD when trying to solve the problem of sign of lack of export readiness and evaluating export readiness. This actually was my finding, because what I have to do is to check different data available and information available on some readiness criteria by different agencies, which are great, but I could see some deficiencies. And that was what I improved upon on this in this document. But basically saying that, look, if a business is ready, doing a successful and sustainable export business become easy. Doing a successful, you know, a number of people have done export business and they have not been able to do it sustainably. They've had issues. It's one thing to be successful, it's another thing to be sustainable, to be able to do it for a long period of time. What makes that possible is the partner. Now, purchasers. How do we get the purchasers at destination? Now, I want you to look at this chart. If you look at this chart to the left, you will see home country production, which is divided into two. You will see indirect export and direct export. Indirect export happens when, as a producer, I am selling through, I'm exporting through a cooperative organization. I'm exporting through an home-based agent in my country. I'm exporting through an home-based merchant. That means I don't have direct access to the buyer abroad. But with direct export, I am shipping directly abroad. Look at this. I have the option of having a warehouse facility abroad. I ship into the warehouse and begin to market people to pick it up. That is where a partner abroad comes in. That's where you guys come in. That's where you guys come in. I can have an overseas sales branch. Because I have a partner, through the partner, I'm able to open an overseas sales branch. So you register a business in Nigeria and you have a branch of that business where you are. The business in Nigeria, but you have a branch there. You can have overseas sales subsidiary, meaning you have a business registered there in which you have an interest, or overseas traveling sales staff. The beauty of this overseas-based distributor or agent. So you can be a distributor in which you actually carry inventory. That means you buy off and resell, you determine your price. Or you be an agent. As an agent abroad, you connect and earn a commission on the transaction. You connect, you help in securing buyers, you help in ensuring payment, but you earn a commission in the transaction. These are options available to you. Let me show you in clearer terms. Here is a manufacturer in Nigeria. He can export through a merchant in Nigeria to you, an import merchant abroad. He can export through a merchant in Nigeria to you, an import agent abroad, and through you to a buyer abroad. He can export through an export agent in Nigeria to you, an import merchant abroad, or through you, an import agent abroad. A merchant buys to sell and earn his own income through profit. An agent earns commission on transaction. A merchant carries inventory. An agent does not carry inventory. So that means a merchant must have the fund to be able to buy and sell. An agent basically renders services to support the business. But in your case, you can be on both sides. You can be on both sides. You can be on both sides because you're already on the other side and you can set up an entity here in Nigeria. So you can be a sales representative abroad. You can register and partner with a Nigerian company to register a subsidiary abroad, or you can register your own branch abroad. But when you look at all this, the beauty is that it minimizes the challenges. For example, you can use any payment method. If I have a representative abroad who is an agent, I can use any payment method. Any payment method. If you look at marketing, the company abroad is able to market for me. Growth potential is high with subsidiary and branch abroad. Debt recovery is easier. Debt recovery is easier. Even of course, the cost can also be higher because of registering or setting up a business abroad. Before I close and then entertain some questions, problems. There are challenges, no doubt. There are challenges. There are challenges with products. There are challenges with paperwork. There are challenges with payment. There are challenges with the people you deal with. There are challenges with the port. There are challenges with packaging. There are challenges sometimes with profitability. There are challenges with processing, promotion, and purchase orders. That is where we come in to work with you to minimize the challenges, to be able to get you to be able to know what you need to do to be able to minimize these challenges. Government have a role to play, but I think together we can achieve more. Diaspora Nigerians, Nigerian at home working together, we can actually achieve a lot. We can actually achieve a lot. And also we have a training program, Diploma in Export Business Management from the American Institute of Extended Studies. So we actually have a partner with American Institute of Extended Studies to deploy this course around the world. We have students in the US, we have in Canada, someone just finished in Canada, also in the UK, and one also registered in Russia, but that's a foreigner that want to export from Nigeria in Russia. But you can actually do this program to be able to acquire the skill needed to be able to overcome some of these challenges. To be successful in export business, you need to follow these principles. You need local and foreign partners. We can be your partner at home, and you can be the foreign partners. Product competitiveness and consistency is key. There must be a passion to go global. There must be persistence until success is achieved. And of course, planning is critical to be able to avoid failure. Planning is critical to avoid failure. How then do we participate? Export participation option. I can be a passive exporter in which I am a professional rendering support services like an agent, lawyer, trade broker, who is helping to get buyers abroad, who basically support Nigerian businesses to get buyers, help them to follow up on payment and earn commission in the process. I can be an investor who is investing in other people who want to be bringing the goods to Canada or US. But I can be an active exporter in which I'm a service exporter or a product exporter. In this case, a product exporter will be manufactured goods or commodities. Manufactured goods or commodities. We have a hand-holding program, we call it From Export Novice to Export Legend. From Export Novice to Export Legend is an hand-holding program that enables us to be able to work with you step by step from beginning of the export process to the end. We call it From Export Novice to Export Legend. We also have support services, myriad of support services that we can use to help you. Myriad of support services that we can use to help you. These support services include export market advisory, export product advisory, export pricing advisory, export contract advisory, export paperwork advisory, export finance advisory. So the idea basically is that we've created support services across board, across the different areas of the export business. And the reason is because a number of people coming in do not have, like for example, you want to move goods from Nigeria. You just need someone that can help you with services to get that done. We can give you information advisory, and we also don't just do advisory, we actually have a export support program. It's a service that can help you ship by sea or by air, both agro manufactured goods. It basically helps you do the documentation and clear the good. That means your good is ready, you bring it to a location in Lagos, and we'll take it up from there, ship it to you, and send the document to you. So that means you really don't need a lot of structure locally. You just need one staff that can work with us and give you an independent feedback on the progress we are making on your transaction, an independent feedback. And to be able to learn more, we also have a YouTube channel. It's called Voice of African Trade. You can subscribe, like the videos, share, and of course, drop your comment. Ability to participate and overcome the challenges of export business leads to great possibility beyond your imagination. This is because it's capable of creating platform for repeat business from the same buyer, referral to other buyers, replicating the business model in another country, redeeming the country image, recruiting multiple partners and distributors abroad, rebuilding broken bridges within nations, and raking in more income beyond your projections. Lastly, as I conclude, I would like to say to everyone that if you want to diversify this economy, we want to grow the GDP in Nigeria, we want to create employment, we want to boost our foreign reserve, we want to increase the value of Naira versus other currency of the world, aggressive drive for non-oil export is the way to go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's, yeah. Thank you, Bamidele Ayemibo. Thank you very much. We have to appreciate you. You can take off your screen now. You can unshare your screen.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ayemibo. Thank you very much. That was highly rewarding, and I'm sure we all learned one or two things. For those just joining us, this the Continental Group. It's a brainchild of warehousing ideas, especially with Nigerians in diaspora, in Europe, and all over, if we want to do business together. So 2 weeks ago, we spoke about digital currency, cryptocurrency. Now we're talking about export and agriculture. So Bamidele, who is talking to us today, is the lead consultant at 3 Impact Trade Academy. The Export King, as it's fondly called, is a trade consultant with numerous trade certifications. He is the first certified specialist in demand guarantee in Nigeria and among the first 10 in Africa. So clearly we have the man for the job with us. So we're going to, I know a lot of you want to reach him. So if you want to reach him personally, no problem. Just put your number on the chat box to make sure he gets in touch with you. But right now we want to take some questions. We have about 30 minutes to do that. So if you have any question, you can put it on the chat box and we can read it out so that it will be more coordinated. So, but if you want to join the Continental Group, it's easy. Just what we just do is just to warehouse ideas for business. That's all, nothing more. Yeah. Next week, 2 weeks time, we'll have a lecture on real estate. So we'll let you know about that. So if you have any question, can you please put it on the chat box for Mr. Bamidele Ayemibo. So while we're waiting for any question, Mr. Ayemibo, I have a question for you.
All right.
Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so you laid a lot of, you laid emphasis on packaging.
Yes.
What strategic importance is packaging? Yeah, you harped on that at the initial stage.
One of the challenges our products have had in the past that have not made us to be able to attract attention in the market is because we don't have quality packaging. But that is changing now. Because that's why I show you this product. This product is currently being sold in the US. Let me show the picture again. It's currently being sold in the US. And it's a Nigerian in the US that is selling this. You understand? So, but before now, these are not the kind of packaging we try to do in Nigeria. And that's making it difficult for us to be able to get the kind of traction we need to get in the export market. So the packaging is so, in fact, when I was going to start exporting pap, the picture of the product alone was enough for, I got 3 people that was showing interest in the UK who were ready to distribute the product just because of the way it looks, because then it becomes easier for anyone abroad to be able to show interest in it, because the packaging actually helps in selling the product even before people taste what the content actually is.
All right.
Two
quick questions from two different people, but you can take it together.
Okay.
Okay, let me read this out. There's somebody said, what are the easiest product to export? That's one. The second one is, what cash crops are prohibited from export from Nigeria? So you can take those two together.
What are the easiest products to export? Value-added manufactured goods. That's why I show you the picture. Value-added agro products. Value-added. They are the easiest. Easiest in the sense that they have less quality issues. You don't have to worry because they are processed. They are dry already. And most of them are processed under hygienic condition with certification. So you have less worries about it. Easiest product, value-added manufactured goods. Average cost of getting into that product. Oh, it depends. Average cost varies. It depends. You know, because you are on the other side, you can decide that you want to bring in few quantities to be able to test the market. So you actually, to a large extent, decide. So maybe I bought a cost of about maybe $2,000 or $3,000 worth of product might be a good way to start. Not doing, you don't need to do a container load, you can do it by air. Maybe something within that range would be a good way to start. Someone is saying quality of good is a big issue. Yes, that is how do we tackle.
Okay, what are the ones that are banned?
Okay, the one that are banned, I showed it that time. Commodities that are banned, maize is not allowed for export. That's corn. Wood is not allowed for export because of environment issues. Unprocessed rubber, latex, and rubber lumps are now allowed for export. Artifacts and antiquities are now allowed for export. Wildlife are now allowed for export. Rawhide and skin are now allowed for export. All imported goods are not allowed for export. Those are the prohibited exports from Nigeria.
We can't hear you very well. You are well.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better.
All right.
So there's a question again. The top 5 required export for UK and US from Nigeria to US. What are the top 5?
When is it top 5 required? Are you talking about when is it top 5 required?
The top 5 required for.
I'm not clear on that question.
Demand.
Okay, product in high demand.
I think the person is talking about demand. What demand, are the top 5? Yes, in UK and US.
In US. Okay, for UK, I will need to get that data, but for US, I already showed it. Maybe by the time you share the video, you'll be able to see it. I reel out more than probably top 10 for different agro products in different categories already. I'm sure you can always have access to that when you have access to the video. But I can just talk about some of them right away. I'm trying to go there. For the US, in the oil category, pure olive oil, coconut oil, palm oil. In the other food category, coffee, fruits, banana, cut flowers, tomato, grape. Then in the other category, processed food category, fruit juice, flavor water, processed, hard liquor, baked goods, wine, chocolate, raw sugar, tobacco, and the like. I don't know if I answered that question.
Yeah. So somebody added Canada to that. What are the top
Okay,
demands
Canada,
for
let
Canada?
me just read Canada again. I read it before. For Canada, we have top, we have baked goods, chocolate, animal food, flavor water. In the oil category, we have pure olive oil again, fish oil, palm oil, seed oil, coconut oil, soya beans oil. Then in the other food category, we have coffee, cabbage, grape, banana, lettuce, corn, fruit and nuts, and rice. Okay, other
Okay,
questions?
so why will anybody want to bring fruits from Africa when majorly now it's coming from the Caribbean and South America? Why America? I mean, if you look at distance,
Now, I will look at dry fruits. If anybody that wants to do fruits, I would rather the person consider dry fruits than fresh fruits. Just like you said, the other people are a lot closer and might be more competitive in pricing. So a processed and dry fruit, I think, would be an advantage for us.
Okay, what are examples of dry fruits?
Yeah. You said what? Hello? Okay.
Now I was asking, what are the examples of dry fruit?
Okay, I didn't hear that. The one I showed you was mango.
Examples of dry fruit. Your network is
dry mango, dry pineapple.
Okay, if you need the recording, you can get in touch. Well, if just put in your number there, I can always send it to you. Maybe via WhatsApp or something. Yeah.
I wanted to share two experiences that I had.
Oh, Bamidele is back. Yeah.
So sorry, I'm having terrible issue with network.
I know, but at least you delivered the lecture. That's the
that's the most important.
That's the main thing. And I mean, the people have been sending their numbers. There are a lot of inquiries, you know. So, but the point, the question, a lot of questions were not answered. Yeah.
That is my hat.
That's my own dressing.
Yeah, I can answer the question now.
Okay. Dolapo, can you handle that? I'm writing something.
Is it possible we send them to you and then you respond in writing so we can put it in the group chat? Is it all? You can put it in the group chat and you respond. Do you want us to be that way?
Whichever option is fine. I mean,
no, I mean, I will tell me the one that will work for you so I can.
If we still have time, I can answer it now.
Because the people that have asked,
they're gone.
Oh, okay, they are gone. Okay.
The program has ended officially, actually.
Okay. So we can drop it in the chat. I think that's better.
Yeah. But we would like to let you know officially that we're going to work with you and we will put up a structure to see how we can make this opportunity a reality. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm just saying is you represent the interest in US and Canada. Period.
That's good.
Yeah, that's it.
But I have two observations. I have two observations if you want to address it. Bamidele?
Yes.
Hey.
About 4 years ago, this Indian man came into me and he took up a warehouse in Ikorodu, about 20,000 square feet warehouse. And he goes to Ogbomosho or Owerri and he picked this raw cashew.
Yes.
He spread them right on the floor of the whole warehouse. Then he started to package and export. But less than 3 years, he was out of the business. What could have been the problem?
Oh, less than 3 years was out of the business.
Yes.
How do you know he was out of the business?
He left the country because he was my tenant.
Oh, okay. because I'm wondering what could be the problem. A lot of people have been doing that business for long, so I'm surprised. I know, okay, now, something happened for raw cashew nut in 2000 and just before COVID. When COVID now came, COVID further worsened it. That was 2019.
That's it. That was the time.
That was glut, and a lot of people lose money. You know, we sell mainly to Vietnam and India.
Okay.
So anytime they have bumper harvest, that would be an issue for us, because then they won't be able to buy more from us. Then we have glut. We are also not processing enough. So, and people normally will buy like he's doing, buying to dry, but we will buy at high price based on speculation. But if this now happen, people are not going to be able to buy at the price he's expecting. Even exchange rate might not help. And then we can have those kind of, yeah.
Because he did it for like only 3 years and he paid so much because the ground that he rent was about 4 million naira per annum. Wow. So I begin to wonder, and he has staffs. He has about 4 staffs. Then he takes on these local people, more than 20, that comes to take the raw hump out, then pack the neat ones. I think the first year was breakthrough for him, but that's 2018-19. He just left.
That was an issue, a big issue in cashew industry in Nigeria. You will notice in my presentation, I was very concerned and emphatic on value addition. It was deliberate. Because if we are adding value, then we expand our market beyond just India and Vietnam to many other parts of the world.
Okay.
To many other parts of the world. So that's where I feel value addition, packaging, and processing become important.
Yeah, I was going to say that, because I think a lot of our products don't get into the Western world per se because of
they are not value added.
Yeah, you know, if you look at the way the Chinese are in Africa right now, one of the reasons why a lot of African countries are gravitating toward Chinese loans that rather than IMF and World Bank loans is that the Chinese, they pay anywhere. Sometimes they pay cash. So most of those governments can do anyhow. So like in the case of export, if you take to Vietnam and all those places, that due process is not as pristine as that of Europe. They understand the corruption involved, you understand? So, you know. Look, Korede, I have your details. I'll get in touch with you. I know you're still here.
How are the Chinese moving out the wood out of Nigeria? Mr. Bamidele?
But it has reduced now. It has reduced now. Before now, it was easier, but there is a new regulation that made it very tough now for you to move wood out of Nigeria. Unless they are moving by road to Benin, from Benin out. But if I go to read by port, you now have to go through the automated system in which custom can easily prevent it from being, in fact, you have to process NXP and the bank will reject the NXP. Unless the person now did not declare what is inside and then bribe custom, maybe he might be able to see through. But at least it has significantly reduced because they are even seizing some of them at the port because of this.
You have done a good job. God bless you so much. We've learned so much. I have learned so much.
Okay.
All right, guys. I have to go. I have a busy day ahead. Yeah. So, Bamidele, Dolapo will get in touch with you. We'll probably have a meeting, maybe later today or tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Yeah,
all right.
bye. Yeah.
Bye.